stop watching make money online videos, bro. I'm dead serious. Just be honest with yourself for a second. How many top 10 ways to make money online videos have you consumed so far? Probably dozens, maybe even hundreds. And now let me ask you this. How much money have you made online? For most people watching this, the answer is going to be zero. For some, it's going to be under $500. And for a few, it will be $1,000 or more. I mean, to be honest with you, if you've been able to make $1 online, you're already ahead of 99% of people. But be honest with yourself and tell me, which one are you? Let me know in the comments so I know where you stand. By the way, if you want me to personally teach you how I've made thousands of dollars of profit per day by selling online courses and coaching programs so you can do the same, click the link in the description below. Apply to book a free call with me. You'll be speaking to me, not a sales rep, so you can apply to join my paid program. This will save you years of your life and thousands of dollars you would otherwise waste into the wrong opportunities, like dropshipping, crypto, print on demand, all this garbage. But if you don't believe me, feel free to try these things, and then you'll come back to me like everyone else saying, oh yeah, well, it doesn't work. Now, since it's probably the first time you and I meet, my name is Fred, and as of today, I have an online business that makes me thousands of dollars per day in profit. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, on some days, I only make $350, but then the next day I make $2,600. So on average, it's around $1,000 a day. As with a business, it fluctuates. And by the way, when I say that, it's mostly profit. I know you've heard all of these big gurus say that they've made $10,000 a day or whatever. But what they're never telling you is how much profit they made from that. And the reason they're never telling you is because it's laughable how little profit they keep. So tell me honestly, just between you and I, would you rather earn $10,000 a month and only keep $500 to $2,000 maximum in profit if we're being generous and we assume you have a profit margin of 20%? Or would you rather make $10,000 and keep as much of it as possible, like 90%, even 95% of it? I think we'd both choose making $10,000 a month and keeping $9,500 in profit, except if you're stupid. There's something that most people don't realize, but it's that when all that you do is consume, you're just feeding into somebody else's agenda and making them richer at the expense of your own time. It's literally the same thing as having a job. In both instances, you're not the one getting rich. Really get this through your head. One day, I was just sitting around, I had my journal next to me, and I was so damn depressed because I wanted to be rich extremely badly, I wanted to be super successful, and I would look up to these people on social media that you see all the time. These people making a 100K per month profit while only working a few hours a day, and I wanted that too. Everybody does, let's face it. But my problem was, I was never doing anything, or at least, whenever I'd try something, I would do the things which I knew would not work, like I would focus on shitty business models, like dropshipping, affiliate marketing, print on demand, all this garbage, because it looked easy. Because it looked like, oh, that would be the best path. But in reality, I knew it wasn't. When you just take the time to analyze it, you realize these business models are shit. Why? Because, for example, with dropshipping, you've got to deal with the shipping, the manufacturing, there's the cost of the product. The ad accounts are constantly getting banned because you're a dropshipper and the platforms don't like that. And then there's the customers who complain about buying the wrong size because they were too stupid to click on the right color when they were checking out. And you've got to deal with all this crap. You don't even own the brand or the product. And then guess what? 10 other people see what you're doing because they spy on your ads, everybody can do that, and boom, they just copy the product, and now you lose half of your monthly revenue. What do you do then? Not to mention that honestly, most people are so delusional when it comes to what it takes to succeed. They just hear somebody saying, oh, dropshipping is the way, and they just follow it blindly. And then they go into the Facebook ads platform with their $50 or their $200, and they think they actually have a shot at getting rich and making this work. I mean, come on, maybe if it was 2010, okay, it wasn't saturated, nobody else was doing this, but what do you expect you're gonna do with your $50, your $200? You're not gonna do anything. I can tell you that for a fact. I tried it, and I wasted tons of money and tons of time. So don't be as stupid as I was, learn from my mistakes. You know, smart people learn from their mistakes, but people who are even smarter than that learn from the mistakes of others, of people who walked on that same path before them. That's why nowadays you can see people in their 20s becoming multi-millionaires, whereas back then, I mean, if you got to become a millionaire at 50, that was insane. But now with the internet and with the way we learn, with the way that information, courses, etc. is readily available, now it's never been easier in the entire history of the world to literally get rich. So my problem was a couple years ago, I had no confidence. I mean, just picture this. I was this shy, anxious kid. I had so much social anxiety because of traumatic shit I went through in the past that I couldn't even leave my parents' house just to go for a walk in the neighborhood. So that means for months, I literally didn't even go outside. Like the sun didn't even touch my skin. Do you realize how pathetic this was when we just analyze it like that? And I remember at some point, I just got so sick and tired of my current situation. I got sick and tired of jerking off to shit porn. I got sick and tired of watching these shitty movies on shitty streaming websites, in the low quality. It's like in 360p quality because I couldn't even afford Netflix. I remember my sister trying to get my parents to buy a Netflix subscription. It's like $15 a month or something. And it was this big thing that no, we couldn't do. So I'd be stuck watching these movies on shitty streaming websites. And to trick myself into feeling less bad about myself, I would literally watch the movies in 1.5x speed, even 2x speed. Like, what kind of enjoyment do you get out of watching a movie in 2x speed? You just don't. You don't enjoy anything. It's literally like being in a bed, like in a hospital bed, and you're just fed these meds all day long, while I was just feeding myself some cheap, disgusting dopamine, because I didn't have the balls to go after the life I wanted. I hated most people, I hated the idea of being average, but I was just like them. I was watching the same cheap entertainment as them. I was wasting my precious energy on bullshit porn like them, and I was just sitting around for someone or something to magically come and save me. Well, no wonder why I just didn't have anything. No wonder why I wasn't rich. And the worst part was probably the guilt I felt on a daily basis. Because in my family, everybody knew about my goals. I never hid the fact that I wanted to make a fuck ton of money, like real fuck you money. The money where you can just do whatever you want, travel on a whim and buy some expensive plane ticket if you want to. And at the same time, I had these insane ambitions, but I was also this kid who really wasn't doing anything with his life. Like, sure, I had gone through a lot of heavy shit in the past, but did that really justify me not even trying? If anything, it should have made me stronger, because I went through some stuff, I had to overcome big problems. That should have made me stronger, that should have built an armor of pride. But it didn't. So I was this kid with big dreams, big ambitions, but I wasn't doing anything about it. And I can't tell you the amount of guilt and the amount of stress I felt every time my parents would just ask me, how's your business going? And I kept telling them, don't worry, I know what I'm doing, I know it's going to pay off, I know I'm doing the right thing. But I mean, nothing was happening for months, a couple years in reality. Can you imagine the amount of stress, like every day having to tell your parents, well, nope, it's still not working, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. And that's time that I wasn't going to university because I was always against it. Like, I always saw how going to university just for the sake of it was just a big scam that would make universities richer, but not myself. Like, if you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a surgeon, whatever, you absolutely need a degree to do your job, or you have to go to university. I would have done that if I had to. But when your goal is just to make money and enjoy life, if you go to university, like willingly, and you think that's how you're going to get rich, you are just plain stupid. Like, there's no other way to put it. You're just going to waste your money on an institution that literally goes against the freedom of being rich and free. Because what they're doing is it's a slave factory. They just want you to follow the norm, be normal, have a good job, pay taxes, and then one day die. That's it. The university professor is never going to teach you how to be rich. They don't drive a Lambo, they drive some shitty crappy car, and you listen to them. I find it very funny when you see some people online, they're like complaining and saying that online courses to teach you how to make money online, for example, they're scams. But these same people, they go to university, study for a bullshit degree, they are like $100,000 in debt, and then they come out of it, they can't even get a job. And so they have to get a job in a different field than what their degree is about. And then they dare say, oh, people who just teach you like how to set up an online course and all that stuff, it's a scam. Honestly, these people are a fucking laughing stock. They can stay broke. It's not my fucking problem, because I will make more money. If you're like me, you'll do what it takes and you'll make more money. That's it. What people don't get is that online business is the same as offline business. You just have to do the right thing long enough to succeed. That's it. It's just done remotely through a screen. That doesn't make it any less real. But a lot of people don't accept that. They see you building your online business and they're jealous of you because they wish they had the balls to even try. Most people never even try. Out of the millions of views I've been able to accumulate on social media, maybe 5 people actually started taking action. I'm not even joking. One day, I stumbled upon a quote that completely changed the way I viewed making money online and making money in general. Producers make money, consumers spend money. Really get this through your head. I'll say it one more time. Producers make money, consumers spend money. The best business model you could ever start in 2025 and in many years to come is to essentially have your passion, your skill, your interest, and turn it into a course, an online course, or a high-ticket coaching program that you sell to an audience. So you've got to make social media content and build up that audience. It is literally the easiest, most profitable way to make money online and to reach that dream lifestyle that you have. If you're like me, then your goal is not to work 16 hours a day for the rest of your life and maybe, you make 10K per month, but you've got no time to enjoy your money. So what's the point? If we do this, we're no better than bankers or lawyers. They have a career, a great one, but they're not free. Is that what you want? I don't think so. That's not what I want. So instead, what we do is we have a skill, a passion, an interest that we have. It can be anything. It can be sleep. It can be dating. It can be fitness. It can be literally side hustles online. It can literally be anything, trading, crypto, whatever it is that you've got an interest about. Don't tell me that your only interest is video games. It's really not. You have other interests too. Then you become obsessed with that interest. You make your whole life around it. My whole life was based around how do I make more money? How do I get out of the rat race? How do I get rich? Because when your whole life is based around this thing, this passion of yours, this interest you have, you understand the people who've got the problems related to that interest. For example, let's say you used to struggle with sleep. You had insomnia, you couldn't sleep. It would destroy your productivity, you wouldn't be able to study properly in school, or it would ruin your ability to do work on your business that leads to you making more money. Guess what? Do you think you're the only person on planet Earth with the same problem? Of course, no, you're not. You're not that special, which is good news, because it means there's plenty of other people who were in the same situation as you that you can sell something to. And that's how you get rich, while at the same time doing a business that actually helps people. You're not helping anyone when you're reselling the same shitty lamps from AliExpress. You're not even helping yourself because you're not gonna get rich doing this crap. Now, sometimes people say, but making content on social media is literally oversaturated. I can't do that. Well, you're literally being stupid if you genuinely believe that. What's funny is usually these same people, they believe that affiliate marketing or dropshipping or print on demand is the way to get rich. Bro, print on demand, dropshipping, all this garbage, it's existed longer than people ever talked about selling online courses. And it's also heavily saturated because you've got no way to differentiate yourself. When you sell a course or a coaching program, you've got your energy in it, your story in it, your personality. And there's only one of you in the whole world. You can have two people selling the same kind of course or product, but for example, one customer is going to go to you instead of the competitor because they relate to your story more, because they trust you more. So by default, you've got a competitive advantage. And if you genuinely believe making content on social media is already saturated, well, as I'm talking to you right now, YouTube is only 20 years old, Instagram is 15 years old, and TikTok is even more recent, it's only 9 years old. And you're sitting here thinking, it's just too saturated, I can't do it. You're full of shit. You have to realize it's just your brain tricking you into doing nothing so you stay in your comfortable, warm little comfort zone. But when you do this, what the hell do you achieve? Absolutely nothing. And if you want to get rich, or at least make $10,000 per month online, while only working a few hours a day, a couple hours a week, and you're not going to do anything about it, well, you're just into delusional territory. I hate these fucking people. And I've done hundreds of calls with people like you who wanted to build a profitable online business. And I've seen the level of delusion people have. People want to become multi-millionaires, but they're not even willing to post one goddamn YouTube video. They're not willing to build a course themselves. They would rather sell some garbage lamp from AliExpress. And they genuinely believe they're going to get rich doing that. It always makes me laugh because I'm thinking every time, these delusional motherfuckers, life is going to slap them so hard it's not even going to be funny. And if you're still here thinking, but no, it is too saturated. Well, do you think it will be any less saturated if you wait 3 weeks, 3 months, or even worse, 3 years to get started? Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to make more money. But I can't even tell you the amount of people who say, I need to think about it. I'll start after my vacation. I'll start later. Well, if that's you, you don't deserve jack shit. You deserve to stay exactly where you are. It is that simple. I don't know how clear I can make this. If you want to beat everybody else and make more money than everybody else, and only have to work a few hours a day while enjoying this amazing lifestyle, you can travel on a whim, provide for the people that you love, take them out to dinner and pay the bill like a gentleman because you can afford to do so. You've got to start today, not in 3 goddamn years, not in 3 goddamn months. To be honest with you, the other day, I was watching a documentary on Alexander the Great, and I kept having the same thought in my head. How come people are so fascinated by him, even though he's literally responsible for having thousands of people killed ruthlessly. You have to realize that back then, and even in today's modern world in certain countries, two armies were fighting for a territory. It was merciless. The winner would take everything. They would kill and enslave the men and literally rape the women, even kill them too. You wouldn't get a second chance if you failed. Really get this through your head. It's not like you failed school 1 year and you've got to retake it. You would not get a second chance. So if you lost, you would get brutally killed as you watch this barbarian take your wife from you, take your kids from you, to enslave them and rape them. So when you keep sitting on the sideline with the excuse of, oh, but it's too saturated, oh, I need to do some more research, you're literally sitting there while this barbarian is bursting through the gates to come and take your wife and kids from you. And you just let it happen, like the alpha that you are. I couldn't live with myself if that were me. People think, oh, the war is over, it's not World War I, it's not World War II anymore, we're fine, we're free. No, there is still a war going on literally every single hour of the day, every single second of every day. It's a war ruled by money. If you've got a lot of it, you're clearly winning. If you don't, you're losing and you're accepting it. And to be honest with you, the reason I was in a rut for such a long time, why I literally procrastinated for more than 7 months to start my business around 2021, 2022, it was just because I was scared. I was a scared little boy. And it's funny because at the same time, I had the fear of wasting my 20s, the best years of my life, stuck in a job I'd hate, just like everyone else. And honestly, it's always been so absurd to me how little people value their own life and their time. A lot of people are going to totally get this the wrong way and think I'm an entitled idiot who doesn't understand life. But you know what? I don't care and I'll just say it anyway. As a kid, whenever I'd see my mother spending hours of her time filling out these bullshit online surveys or spending hours at the grocery store comparing the prices of every product to find the cheapest one, I would genuinely wonder why anyone would ever be okay with wasting that much time on these things instead of just ordering for the groceries to be delivered straight to your door. Now, in this situation, it was obvious why it was the case. We just didn't have the money, so we didn't have the luxury of getting other people to do it for us. But even at school, I'd see those stupid-ass teachers being fine with making 2K a month every year for the rest of their lives, thinking, oh, I have a good salary. Dude, 2K a month is the price for a rent for a good flat. It's pennies. It's literally lunch money. And around me, I'd always hear the adults saying stupid shit like, oh, you're so young, you've got time. That's totally backwards. I'm young so I don't have time. You don't have time. You will never be 20 years old all over again. Really get this through your head. So you have to do something now, not later. Hence why you should be obsessed with becoming successful and getting to 10K to 100K per month in your 20s, or at least as quickly as you fucking can. And by far, the best way to do that is by building your own audience and selling your own online courses or a high-ticket coaching program. So if you want me to personally teach you how I've made thousands of dollars of profit per day by selling online courses and coaching programs, so you can do the same, click the link in the description below, apply to book a free call. You'll be speaking with me directly, no sales reps, so you can get the chance to join my paid program. With that being said, I'll see you on the other side.